Watch what you bet here on that betting show on sportsbookreview.com. Pittsburgh looks to keep the bats hot. How hot can they keep them? 18 spot? Maybe not so much tonight as we take a look. The Pirates getting plus 122 tonight with a total of 9. The Cubs 45-40 on the season. The Pirates 40-43. Hendricks versus Musgrove tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Pirates' bats are hot right now. 23 hits on Monday, 18 runs. That's the 4th time in the last 8 games that they scored 10 runs or more. And it's a Cubs team that is failing routinely on the highway. They're 4-13 on the road their last 17 tries. You don't expect that from Chicago. Kyle Hendricks coming off the injured list today. He will be on a pitch count. They're talking 60 to 70 pitches behind him. That Cubs bullpen has been spotty of late, to put it mildly, obviously. And Hendricks was great before going on the DL, but and he had a great bullpen session. He didn't even need a rehab start, supposedly. But he's not going to go deep into the ballgame tonight. Musgrove's been really good his last couple of starts for Pittsburgh. No question about it. 1 run over 13 innings, 13 strikeouts, no walks during that span. Clint Hurdle, quote, he made pitches throughout against Houston his last start. He limited the barrel. He limited hard contact. I love the fact that his first pitch strikes were so efficient. I think it was 19 out of 26, and he had 11 guys retired on 3 pitches or less. He had 1 3-ball count, no walks on the day. He was on attack from the start. Worth noting, Musgrove has owned the Cubs a .37 ERA in 4 previous starts against them. I could only look at the Pirates side in this one.
Yeah, and also taking a look there with the PNC Bark, it looks like 88 degrees, Teddy, first pitch, wind blowing out, dead center field, about 8 miles an hour. So we got some hitting weather. Speaking of hitting weather, Milwaukee looks to make it 2 in a row over Cincinnati. 90 at first pitch due in Cincinnati with the wind blowing out also. So that's where we see that total of 10.5. The Reds basically pick them in the game, minus 101, depending on where you're shopping at SBRodds.com. Brewers 46-39 on the season. The Reds at 38-44. It's going to be Anderson and Roark on the mound tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the guy we should talk about is Yelich. The NL MVP who hit another bomb last night, Major League 30th home run in the Brewers win. He's doesn't have a great track record against Roark, but he did go yard against him when they met last month. That was the only run Roark allowed in his 6 innings of work in that ball game. But the Brewers team that is certainly capable of finding their way. And Anderson is a squad, is a hurler, I'm saying, who he's not an ace. He's not priced as an ace, but he got his first win in nearly a month last Thursday. 2 runs, 1 earned on 3 hits and 5 1/3 against the Mariners. Hasn't got a great track record against Cincy, but Cincy stopped hitting. Not that they haven't really been hitting well all year. It's a weak lineup. The Reds have been successful, moderately successful this season. All the success has come because their bullpen's been dynamite. Their pitching staff's been dynamite. Now we're seeing that bullpen starting to get lit up a little bit. The last 4 games, 16 runs, 15 of them earned on 16 hits in 8 innings. That's an issue moving forward, and that may well be an issue tonight for Cincinnati. Manager David Bell, quote, you can't take anything from what our bullpen has done all year. It didn't work out on Monday. Oops. I worry about Cincy right now. I don't want any part of the Reds this final week before the All-Star break. They should be winning these games. The fact they're not, the fact their bullpen's collapsing. I've got, I was a little bit high on Cincy going into this homestand than I am right now. I'm not backing the Reds this evening.
Yeah, it was interesting, Teddy, because I'm going to take a look at another game tonight with the bats coming out hot for the Giants last night. We'll see if they can extend it there. Opening up today, Strom's going to be on the mound, the lefty, and we're looking at a minus 170, minus 175, but now sitting at SBRodds.com right around the 155 level, the total of 8.5. The Giants come into this game, Teddy, 37-47 on the season, 19-22 away. The Padres 42-42 now on the season, and 23-22 at home tonight. As we said, Beatty versus Strom.
Well, I laid a run and a half with the Padres last night. At least it wasn't a sweat. You're not going to have more wrong side losers than that one, unfortunately. 13-2 Giants win. Back-to-back double-digit offensive outputs for a Giants team that hasn't hit the ball at all this season. Bruce Bochy after the game, this is one of our better all-around efforts. Of course, it's hard to make a case for Beatty, who's got a 7.11 ERA in 25 innings on the road this season. He's faced San Diego twice in his career. The Padres lit him up both times, 9 runs, 11 hits, and 8 1/3 against him. Opposing, Beatty's not getting any. He's allowing almost 2 base runners per innings 42 hits, 28 walks, and just 37.2 innings of work this season. He's not a pitcher that I can put my money on right now, even with that Giants offense rolling. Strom for San Diego, had been pretty good his last time out. He got smacked around. His quote, the 3 starts before his last start against Baltimore, wasn't me out there. I felt good. I was attacking the zone. I eliminated the walks. He's given up multiple dingers in each of his last 6 starts. That's a concern for anyone looking to bet the under at Petco this evening.